In this video, I'm going to share with you a way that you can permanently resolve situations, permanently find solutions to your problems. Whether this is a health condition, emotional condition, a spiritual condition, or an interpersonal thing, or just some sort of personal thing you're working on, this method works. It's something you can use to then make a permanent transformation where then your problem is no longer a problem. So first, we need to have the right mindset when we're approaching a situation, when we're approaching a problem or whatever it is that we're dealing with. Instead of, the traditional approach of, okay, I have a headache, I need to take something to get rid of the headache. That's the standard mainstream traditional approach. But that doesn't actually solve the problem. That just medicates it and buries it down further. The real way that we need to do this, and the real thing what we need to do to experience a transformation, a permanent, lasting change, is to actually find the root cause of the problem. And then once we find the root cause, we can find the right solution, and then boom, we're done. We can move on. We can then transform, go beyond form to something else, bigger and better. So the mindset is essentially asking ourselves, what is this situation trying to tell me, trying to teach me, trying to reveal to me, trying to motivate me to do? What action is this situation trying to get me to take? What gentle nudges am I experiencing in my gut, in my head, in my heart that I'm not acting on? Maybe something pops up and says, hey, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should call this person. Maybe you should say this. Maybe you should do this. Something is happening in our mind that we may or may not be listening to. So we need to ask, first and foremost, what is the situation trying to teach me? What is the lesson here? What is it trying to show me? What is the action that I should be taking here? And that moves us from, oh no, I need to just take this pill to get rid of my headache, and takes us into, okay, well, why is this happening? What is the lesson here? What is the root cause? Now, it's not to say we can't take the medicine, we can't relieve ourselves of pain, because of course we need to do that, because honestly, it sucks to be in pain. So we need both approaches, but without finding out the root cause, we're just going to stay on the hamster wheel. We're going to have, little trivial changes that will never last, when we won't experience transformation, which is permanent and lasting. So basically what we can do is look at an example of, say, someone who's an alcoholic. Now, they're addicted to alcohol, they need alcohol. So what they do is they say, okay, well, alcohol's bad, I have to quit, and then they quit alcohol. But what happens is, oftentimes they just get addicted to something else, whether that's cigarettes, whether that's coffee, whether that's marijuana, whether that's pills, or whatever is accessible. Maybe it's, internet porn, or sitting in front of the TV for 12 hours a day. Whatever it is, they just take one bad habit and replace it with another. Or you can take, people that want to change their diet, and they say, oh, well, I can't eat this anymore, I can't eat that anymore, so I'm only going to eat this stuff. But what happens is they didn't figure out the root cause, they didn't have a transformation, so when it ends up happening is, oh, they do this for a little bit, and all of a sudden, boom, they're right back to where they started. And it's just this vicious, disgusting yo-yo cycle. So really, just one last example is people who go from relationship to relationship to relationship and basically have the same relationship, because they don't go to the root cause and say, well, what was that situation trying to tell me? What was it trying to reveal to me? What is the underlying belief that's being exposed to me here? So people, for example, get in relationships and think, if I'm a man, all women are untrustworthy. So then, oh, what a big surprise. I get in a relationship and the woman's not trustworthy, or she's, some other adjective or adverb. So without changing that underlying belief, of course, it's the same experience. So it's really just this mindset of addressing the root cause, addressing the psyche directly, the beliefs, the lessons, the messages, the whatever it is that's trying to be revealed and trying to be worked out through the external event. Because if we don't do that, we're going to be stuck making trivial changes that will never add up to a true and lasting transformation. And that's essentially the difference between a change and a transformation. Transformation is permanent and it's lasting, because what happened was you were here and you transformed, you went beyond form, and you went here. So now down here is no longer a lesson, because through working out the problem, through digesting the problem, you went above the problem. And then it's no longer a problem. You don't have to battle yourself. You don't have to discipline yourself. You don't have to use willpower. You don't have to do any of those things because it's just a non-option anymore. It's just so far out of your mind because you're above it, you're beyond it, you've transcended it essentially. Whereas a change, you're still here. You say, oh, I'm here, but I don't want to be here. So maybe you just say, okay, well, I'll go over here or I'll go over here. But you're still on the same level. You're still on the same plane. You're just taking it and replacing it and trying to do something else without addressing the root cause, without addressing the psyche and going into those things directly. So again, that's how you can actually make permanent changes. That's how you can allow transformations to happen so that literally you're not the person you used to be. You're not the person who experienced the problem. You're not the person who experienced the negative emotional reaction or the negative relationship or the negative, phenomena, whatever it was. So I challenge you, I implore you, and I highly recommend that you apply what I've just talked about, and it's something you take, you put in your mind, and you have it with you for the rest of your life. Because it's an empowering strategy that can allow you to actually make things happen in your life, allow magic to just somehow show up in your life, and which that essentially means allow you to make change in your life how you want it and how that's is right and is best for you. So things that I've done personally that work, and if I didn't think that they work, and if I didn't believe in them and know their efficacy, I wouldn't be making this video right now. I wouldn't have taken all the time to set up all the lights, to write an outline, to set up the camera, to do everything, and then sit up here and talk about it. So, if you're watching this far, definitely take action. If you have any questions or comments, post them below, and I'll talk to you soon.